Folks, welcome to another edition in Real Estate Experts. As always, I'm your host, Glenn Twiddle, bringing you the experts you need to traverse the uncertainty around buying a property, selling a property, by engaging expert authors, negotiators, specialists, the guys who can really advise us in how you can get maximum price for your property when you're selling a home. So today I'm here with Abbey Holmes and Daniel Harris. They're the Northern Territory's #1 team. No one in the Northern Territory sells more property than this pair. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out today.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks for having us.
So guys, the first question I've really got for you is, my viewers often ask me, not everyone's as spoiled for choice as your clients are, right? They choose the #1 guys because you've got so much going on. But say I'm selling a property in Brisbane or in Cairns or in Sydney, how is it that I can find, what are some of the things I can be on the lookout for to choose the Abbey Holmes or the Daniel Harris of Sydney? What are some of the key indicators I could look for?
Well, I guess in our market up in Darwin, it's all about finding an agent that makes you feel comfortable. And I'm a big one on that. I know real estate's all about building relationships and just really helping them through the process and making sure that everyone's comfortable from day dot.
Isn't that just part of the course though, that they're nice and make you feel comfortable?
Not necessarily, because some people, they don't, I guess, it's easy to fake it, you know? You've got to be really genuine and really care about your clients to get them the best possible result.
So say I'm going to secret shop an agent, I'm going to visit an agent's open house, I'm going to have a little bit of a look. What are some of the things that I'll know that that agent that I'm visiting really walks the walk instead of just talks the talk?
I'd probably look for some social proof that that agent's actually been out there, sold properties similar to mine before, Glenn. Marketing, the capability to spread the net as wide as possible to the most amount of buyers, I guess, and that's something we certainly focus on.
So when we look at that marketing that you just mentioned, what sort of marketing should we be on the lookout for? You know, because I know at a lot of open homes you get a brochure. Is a brochure what we're after, or is there something more that we need?
Oh, we like to think, you know, we've moved past that in Australia these days. We like to use some nice videos on the property, things that help people picture themselves living in the property. I think that's critical. Once people start to picture themselves living in a property, as an agent, you're halfway there. They're picturing themselves living there. Our job, as we view it, is to help emotionally connect them to the home, help them picture themselves living in there. If you can create that in your marketing, that's really powerful.
So guys, what sort of size team? You know, we've got some people with just a single agent, you're working by themselves, you guys have a team. Just give us an example. What's it like to work for a team?
Yeah, well, we look at, I guess, our team as value for money because there's Daniel and I working together as our team. We've also got a buyer's agent. With the Real Estate Central banner, we've also got 20 other sales agents. We're happy for other agents to come along and help sell our properties that we list. Right. So we've got agents who work very, very closely with buyers, and as soon as we get a listing come up, we send out a team email letting them know, you know, the property's got this many bedrooms, bathrooms, this price range. If you're working with any buyers, feel free to take them through. Wow. Yeah, so we're very, you know, we're very I guess team oriented, because at the end of the day you're working for the client and we want what's best for them.
There's a bunch of agents out there that are charging next to nothing, and there's other agents that are charging a year's salary for their fees, and everywhere in between. Now I know you guys aren't the cheapest in the game up there, but you're certainly not the most expensive. Tell us your thoughts on, I suppose, what the viewers should be doing with regards to how much should they be paying their agent?
It's a really tricky one. I mean, a natural instinct for a lot of people is to go with the agent that perhaps gives them the highest price or has the lowest fee. I would warn against that. Generally speaking, like most things in life, you get what you pay for within reason. The kind of things we'd be sort of looking for, or I'd be looking for if I was searching for an agent, would be, first of all, social proof. How many homes have these people sold that are similar to mine? Absolutely critical. Nothing speaks louder than results, Glenn. So that's probably one of the main things I'd be searching for.
So definitely we should go to places online to find out the sales results. What else can we have? What else can we show those sellers that the sellers should be on the lookout for to prove that you're walking your talk?
I'd be looking at the resources that agent has available to them. I think that's a critical one, and one where we're very fortunate. We are a bit like I do feel like the schoolyard bullies at times, but the reality is we have a significant advantage over our competitors. Being Darwin's largest, most successful company, the resources at our disposal are greater than most other companies have. Abby's touched on it with, we've got 20 agents out there that, I mean, the reality is we can build rapport with certain buyers that we meet, but with 20 agents opening the vast majority of the homes in Darwin, it's pretty rare that there's a buyer out there that one of our agents hasn't built a relationship with.
Daniel mentioned something before about overpricing a property and how it happens. Now, you mentioned something that in your book, and it was called, you even gave it a term, it happens that often. What was that all about?
Oh, buying the listing. It's happened to me actually quite recently, Glenn, and it is something that occurs in the marketplace. There are some people that will go in there overpricing listings purely to get the listings.
Right.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because at the end of the day, you're really giving the vendor the misled hope that they're going to get this fantastic price when realistically the market's 100 grand less.
And so why is that a mistake from a seller's perspective to believe that buying the listing and get the dollar signs in their eyes and kind of go with that agent? What's that going to do to me as a seller?
A lot of people wouldn't understand this, but the way marketing works, a buy interest peaks in a property in the first 2 to 3 weeks it's on the market. So it's really critical that a property is sold in that first 4-week period. Our belief is if it goes beyond 6 weeks, you're in a bit of trouble. Your property goes, the term in the industry is stale. Just like stock on the supermarket shelves, if it sits there for too long, it goes off.
Yeah. Or at least, the perception is that it has.
Yeah.
And look, there's studies around that, and we study our own stock and that sort of thing too. If anything does go beyond that period, it can become trickier to sell. And what typically happens is those people that try to get this ridiculously high price actually end up accepting a lower price later on. We focus more on the process to push the market up.
So what sort of stuff would you bring along, Abbey, with regards to evidence and price, so we know we're pricing it right to not make the mistake that Daniel just mentioned?
It's very important to do your research as a seller. I always make sure that I rock up to listing appointments with recent sales of the area, pictures of the property, just so that they can really visual what that one looked like, and then obviously what they sold for as well. So if you're able to then determine if this property is similar to that one, if this one's superior, inferior, that kind of thing. So definitely doing your research in terms of what sold in your marketplace recently.
So having sold so many properties up there, with people having some agents charging a fortune in marketing, some are throwing it in for free. Like, what's your take, Daniel, on the marketing side of the business?
The marketing on a home when you're selling it is an investment in the potential profit on the sale. We do have some in our marketplace, some agents that throw the marketing in. My personal view on some of the marketing that is thrown in for free, it's pretty ordinary. In my opinion, can do more harm than good. Right. One analogy a lot of people use is, and this, a lot of people could get this, Glenn, is you wouldn't have a nice flash car. I know you drive a flash car yourself. I'm sure you've got insurance on that vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess a house to most people is the most valuable asset, so it's probably not something that you'd jeopardise having something bad happen to, or potentially losing the value of it with. We view marketing as insurance.
Right. Like an insurance policy on underselling.
Insurance policy against underselling your home, essentially.
Okay,
so,
I like it.
Yeah.
So, Abbey, I know a lot of people around the country look to you as an expert in this field on marketing on social media. You've got a reach of like millions of people, being all famous and stuff. But tell us, what's your take on marketing primarily on social media and online, as the person who does it so well?
No, I'm exactly the same with Daniel. Obviously, we carry the same thoughts on the marketing process, but you can't sell a secret. There's so many, diverse, different people out there, so you've got to really make sure that you're, pushing the property out to as many portals as possible. So definitely your internet. There's people who can't use computers, so you need to get in front of them in the newspaper as well.
So on the subject of marketing, we've talked a little bit about some of the other weapons you use, but your secret weapon, I think, is your use of video marketing. Tell us about how you've injected that to help the property sellers up there.
Well, obviously video marketing has just gone absolutely through the roof over the last 2, 3, 4 years. But yeah, it's just engaging that different audience. Everybody's pretty much on video these days, and the views that it gets and the views that it attracts is absolutely incredible. So it's just coming up with the different ideas and working out the features of the property and how to really highlight them to attract people to come and view the property.
So guys, it would be remiss of me not to ask you, you've both written books in your various areas of expertise. Abbey, first off, tell us about yours. Tell us about why you wrote a book, and tell us about it.
So my book's called Game Plan, and I guess my sporting background, real estate, to me it's just amazing how similar they are. you know, and the same traits that both of them, I guess, carry. So my book's very much so on that, and then it's just a few tips and hints and
for maximising top dollar.
Definitely maximising top dollar. You know, just obviously getting your house ready for sale and how to go about it.
And yourself, mate, you've got a property portfolio of your own. You're a property investor. You bought properties all over. You really walk your talk with regards to you build wealth through property, and that's what your book's about.
That's a passion of mine, certainly, Glenn. And I like to think, you know, that's something I can pass on a lot of clients of mine. I've certainly got a lot of people that sort of follow me around the country now. And where are you buying, Dan? What are you up to? That sort of thing. Nice. So that's pretty cool. That's
I love it. We could, you know, I'm going to hit you up now. We'll put up a little link. I know that you're selling those books, but can I get a link and get a copy for our audience on me?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
not a problem at all, mate.
Folks, that is another edition in the can of Real Estate Experts. It's been my honour to bring you the Territory's #1 team. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. It's really been a pleasure, and you've really helped our viewers really tread that minefield of transacting property, which is exactly what you guys do so well. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thanks, Ben.
Folks, for another edition of Real Estate Experts. Until next time, I'm your host, Glenn Twiddle. We'll see you then. Bye for now.